Okay. Yes. Today we are going to continue with the next concept, that is deletion of a node at the end of the list. Deletion of a node at the end of the list. Now, in this particular process, first I will try to explain you diagrammatically, then we will see the how this particular algorithm works. Okay, so let us see the diagrammatic explanation at present. Okay, now this is consider this as the linked list containing 4 nodes. So what is the what is the task right now? We need to delete a node which is placed at the end of the list. So end of the list means what? How we will come to know whether which particular node is the end of the list? We need to traverse in a forward direction from first node to the last node. Now suppose what we will do is that we will take certain pointers over here and we will try to see whether that particular pointer's link field is the null or not a null. Now we will start from the first node. Now in the first node we will try to check what is the value placed in the link field. So here, is it a null value? No, it is not a null value. Then again what we will do, we will proceed further with the next node. In the next node, again, we will try to check its link field. Is it a null value? No, it is not a null value. What has to be done? Again, proceed further to check the next node. In the next node, again, it is the data is 30 and its particular link field is 4000. So it is also not a null. So what has to be done? Again, traverse in a forward direction. So we get the next node. In the next node, again, we will try to check the link field of this particular node. And here we can find that it is a null value. So what it indicates is that this particular node is the last node or the ending node of the given linked list. So now what we need to do is that we need to delete this particular node and at the same time its previous node, that is the node number 30. This particular node, the link field, what it will contain at present, it will contain the 4000. Now we have to remove this particular 4000 value and at that particular place we have to update with null value. We have to update with a null value. So not only the deletion of the last node is important, but at the same time we have to update the previous node's link field, with a null value. Once we do this particular step, then we can say that successfully we have deleted the last node from the linked list. Okay. This is the diagrammatic explanation how we can delete the last node. Now let us try to understand how this particular algorithm works. Okay. Now let us see the algorithm here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the algorithm for deleting from the end. What is the step number 1? Step number 1 says that we have to check what is the value of head. So here we're trying to check head is equals to null. So what it indicates is that suppose if linked list is empty, then we know that the head will be containing a null value. If the head is not null, indicates that linked list will be present with at least one node in that one. So in the example given over here, what head contains? It is 1000 value. So the if condition here, head equal to null, this particular condition is false. So the step number 1 will not be executed. That is, it will not go into the if loop, if condition. Then the step number 2. In the step number 2 and as well as step number 3, what we are doing, we are taking 2 pointers. One is the previous and second is the temp. Both are having the value whatever this particular head is having. So let us try to simulate the same steps in the diagram here. So I will take here one particular pointer, that is previous, and what it will contain? It will contain whatever is head is containing, that is 1000 value. In the same way, I will take one more temp variable and this temp variable will now again contain 1000 value. Okay, step number 2 and 3 are done over here. Then let us see the next step. Step number 4. What step number 4 says? We are having a while condition, means we are repeating certain steps here. What is the condition for the while? The condition is next of temp not equal to null. Next of temp not equal to null. If this condition is true, then these two statements will be executed repeatedly until this particular condition is okay. Now let us check what is the value, that is the what is the condition here. Next of temp, what is next of temp in the diagram here? Temp is 1000, that is temp is 1000, and what is next of temp? So I will write the value over here, that is next of temp, next of temp. So now temp is 1000, next of temp means the link field of the 1000 node, so which is equal to here 2000. And the condition, what the condition says here, 2000 not equal to null. Yes, 2000 is not equal to null, condition is true. So since the condition is true, it enters into the while loop, and in the while loop we have two statements here. What is the first statement? First statement is previous is equals to temp and temp equal to next of temp. Let us see the first statement here. Previous is equals to temp. So temp value is 1000. We are updating previous with temp value. So 1000 will be re-updated into the previous, that is same value. It will not get modified. And at the same time, the next particular statement, that is temp is equal to next of temp. So next of temp is what? Next of temp is 2000. That 2000 we are re-updating in what? We are updating in the temp pointer. So now previous is 1000 and temp is 2000. That is now temp, now previous is in this particular, it is pointing to node number 10 and the temp is pointing to node whose value is 20. Okay, now what we are trying to do is that we are trying to traverse in a forward direction, and our current node is what? Temp, and its previous node will be pointed by the pointer previous. Okay, now again we will go to the algorithm and try to check these two statements are executed. Then since these statements are in the within the while loop, again the condition will be verified. Now what is the condition again? Next of temp. So let us see what is next of temp now. Temp is pointing to 2000, temp is pointing to 2000, and next of temp, that is 3000. Next of temp is what? 3000. So this 3000 value, is it not equal to null? Yes, 3000 is not equal to null. The condition is true. Then in that case, what has to be done? Again, we have to execute these two statements. So first statement is what? Previous will be get updated with temp value. That is now previous will be having what? Whatever temp contains, that is it will be 2000. And then temp is equals to next of temp. So next of temp is what? 3000. That 3000 will be updated where? It will be updated into temp. So what we will have now? Now previous is pointing to 2000 and temp is pointing to 3000. Again, the condition we need to check. What is the condition? Temp of next. That is next of temp not equal to null. So temp is 3000. What is next of temp? It is 4000. Is 4000 not equal to null? Yes, 4000 is not equal to null. The condition is still true. Then what has to be done? Again, this particular previous will get whatever value of temp is there, that this will become 3000 and temp will become next of 3000. Next of 3000 is what? It is 4000. So it will be updated as 4000. So now what we are trying to do? Again, we are moving in the forward direction. Now previous will be pointing to node number 30 and temp will be pointing to node number 40. Okay, again we need to check the condition here. Condition is what? Next of temp. So next of temp, now temp is 4000 and what is next of temp? It is null value. It is null value. Now the condition is what? Null not equal to null. So now the condition becomes false. Null not equal to null, condition becomes false. So this particular while loop will now terminate. While loop will get terminate. So now what is the next step? Step number 5. Now in the step number 5, what we are trying to do? If temp is equals to head. If temp is equals to head. Now what is the temp value? temp is 4000. Temp is 4000. Is it equal to head value, that is 1000? No, it is not equal to 1000. Both are different. I will explain you why this particular step number 5 is written in the one more example. Okay, now the condition step number 5, what it says is temp is equals to head. So 4000, is it equal to 1000? No, condition is false. So step number is false. Then what is the else part here? Else part, it says next of previous is equals to null. Next of previous is what here? So previous is 3000 and next of previous is what? This particular 4000 value. This 4000 value, what we need to do? We need to update it as null value. We have to update it as null value. And then next step is what? Step number 6, free temp. Free temp means this particular node will be deleted. So what we have done is that we have traversed from the first node to last node, and once we reach the last node, its previous node next pointer, that is next value, we have updated as a null, and then we freed up that particular last node. Like this way we could able to successfully delete the last node over here. Okay, is this particular concept understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Instagram upload में आला बस के नहीं आला.
Okay, now let us see why that particular, let us try to understand the step number 5, why we have written this particular statement here, why we are trying to compare temp is equals to head. Now let me give another example here. In this case, what I will do is that I will take only one linked list, that is a linked list containing only one element, one particular node. Okay, now this is our linked list and it contains only one value or one node. Okay, head is having 1000 and 1000 node is there, and since this is only one node, the link field of this particular node is null. Okay, now let us try to trace the program here. Now what we have is head equal to null. No, condition is false. Step number 2 and step number 3, previous and temp. So previous and temp both will be having same values, that is previous is 1000 and temp is also 1000. Okay, next step number 4, while next of temp not equal to null. Temp is 1000, temp is 1000, next of 1000 is what? Null. So null not equal to null, condition is false. Null not equal to null, condition is false. So this particular while loop will be skipped. Okay, next step number 5. What step number 5 says? Temp is equals to head. What is temp? 1000. Temp is 1000. And what is head? It is also 1000. So head is equals to temp right now. So this condition is true. Then what we have the statement? If condition is true, it enters into the if block and the statement is head is equals to null. So this now, this particular head will have the value as null here. Head will be having the value as null. Then next step is what? Free temp. So this particular temp, that is 1000, will be deleted. So step number 5 is written in order to check whether if the linked list contains only one node. When the linked list contains one node, then after removal, that is before we remove that particular node, we have to ensure that head will have the value as null. In order to check this particular condition, we have written the step number 5. Are there any difficulties, students, here? Are there any difficulties, students?
No, sir.
Okay. Shall we proceed further now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The next concept is searching a node in the given linked list. This is very simple. It is as good as the deletion. We need to traverse from first node to the last node until we find that particular value. Now suppose, let us take the diagrammatic explanation again once again. Let me delete these particular values. This is 4000 and we have the head value. Okay, yes. Now suppose we want to search the element. Let us say we will take two scenarios here. One is successful search and second one is unsuccessful search. Let us take the value as 30. The search value, that is key, is equals to 30 here. Okay, now so what we should do, we should traverse from the first node to the last node in a forward direction. So we have to take a temporary pointer that should have the value of whatever head contains. So we have to keep on incrementing until that particular key value is found. Suppose once we reach this particular key value, what we will do initially, we will try to check that key value with the data field of the first node. Is that 10 is equals to 30? No. Then proceed further, traverse to the next element. Then is this 20 is equals to 30? No. Then again forward, traverse in a forward direction to the next node. Then again check this particular value. Is this 30 equal to the key element? Yes, the 30 in this particular node is equal to the key element. Then we can say that the search is successful. Suppose if we take the value here as say 60, if the key element is 60, again what we will do, we'll do the same steps from node number 1. Node number 1 data value we will compare with the key. If the match is found, search is successful. Otherwise we will travel in the forward direction. The same way we try to travel from the first node to the last node, and we reach at the last node and we could find that the element in the last node is also not equal to the key. Then we can say that the search is unsuccessful. That is, the key element which we are trying to search in the given linked list doesn't exist in the linked list. Value doesn't exist in the linked list. So let us try to see how this particular algorithm works. When we take, let us try to understand this particular algorithm with both these scenarios. Initially, we will consider the key value as 30 and the algorithm. The algorithm is what? Step number 1, temp is equals to head. So we have to take one particular pointer temp, and what this should contain 1000 value as of head. Then next step is what? We have the file condition. In the file condition, what is the condition we have put here in the file statement? Temp not equals to null. So what is the value of temp now? It is 1000. Is this 1000 not equals to null? Yes, 1000 is not equals to null. The condition is true. Then next, what has to be done? If data of the temp is it equals to key. Data of temp means what? Temp is 1000. Data of temp is what? 10. That is, I will write that particular value here. Data of temp. Data of temp now it is 10. Is this 10 equal to the key value? No, it is not the key value. Then what the step says? This condition is false. It will not enter into the if statement. Then it goes to the next statement here. Next, what is the next statement? Temp is equals to next of temp. Now temp is 1000. What is next of temp? Next of 1000 is 2000. Now this will be having the value as 2000. Then again, it will come back to the step number 2, the file condition. That is the statement in the file that condition will be evaluated. Now the again condition is what? Temp not equal to null. So temp is 2000. Is this 2000 not equal to null? Yes, condition is true. It is not equal to. Next statement is what? The if condition. In the if condition, what we are trying to check? Data of temp is equals to key value. So temp is 2000. Data of temp is what? 20. Is this particular 20 equal to key element 30? No, it is not. Condition is false. Then again, what has to be done? Temp has to be incremented. In the sense, now temp will be having next of temp. temp is 2000, next of temp is what? 3000. So now temp will get the value as 3000 here. Now again the while condition will be checked. In the while condition we are trying to check whether temp is not equal to null. So is this 3000 not equal to null? Yes, 3000 is not equal to null. Condition is true. Then next step is what? We try to check data of temp, is it equal to the key value. So temp is 3000, data of temp is what? 30. Is this 30 equal to key value? Yes, this 30 data of temp, that is 30, is equals to key value. So this particular statement is true now. This is true. Since this condition becomes true, it enters into the if block, and in the if block what we have? A print statement, search successful. We will display a message as search successful and break the loop. This break, what it will do? It will terminate the while loop. It will terminate the while loop. Then next step number 3 is what? If temp is not equals to null. Is temp not equal to null? What is the value of temp now? It is 3000. Is 3000 equal to null? No, condition is false. So it will not enter into this particular if statement. Then the last step, return. So if the data which we are trying to find, the key value which we are trying to find, if it is present in the list, what it will do is that it will display a message, search successful. Now let us consider other example where search is unsuccessful. Now let us take the value as 60 here. Okay, we will take the value as 60. So as per the algorithm, what is the first step? Temp is equal to head. So temp will be having the value as head, that is 1000. Okay, then the condition is what? While temp not equal to null. So is temp, that is 1000, is 1000 not equal to null? Yes, 1000 is not equal to null. Condition is true. Then what we try to check? We try to check data of temp. Is it equal to the key value? Temp is 1000. Data of temp is what? 10. Is this 10 equal to 60? No, the 10 is not equal to 60. Then what has to be done? Temp should get updated as next of temp. So next of temp means what? Now temp will be having 2000. So now temp is now over here. Temp is over here. So again, we will try to check the data of temp. Data of temp is what? 20. Is this 20 equal to 60? No, condition is false. Then again, the while condition will be checked. In the while condition, what we have here? Now temp will be again forwarded to the next of temp. So the temp value, now it will point to 3000. Is this 3000 not equal to null? Yes, it is not equal to null. Then the next statement, data of temp. Data of temp here it is what? 30. 30 is equal to 60? No, it is not. If condition will be false, then this particular temp will be having next of temp. So next of temp means what? 4000. So now temp will be pointing to this particular memory location. Now again, we need to check the condition. Temp not equal to null. So temp is what? 4000. Is 4000 not equal to null? Yes, condition is true. Then next it goes into the if condition. If condition is what? Data of temp. Data of temp is what? 40. Is this 40 equal to 60? No, condition is false. Then what has to be done? Temp has to be updated with next value. So this particular statement will be executed. Temp equal to next of temp. So temp is 4000. Next of temp is what? Null. Now temp will be having a value as null. Temp is having a value as null. Then again the condition, while condition will be checked. Temp is null and null not equal to null. Condition is false. So now what happens? Since the value of temp is null, the value of temp is null, null not equal to null, condition is false. Since the condition becomes false, the while loop will be skipped. And then step number 3. Step number 3, what we have here? If temp is equals to null. Now, what is the value of temp now? It is null. Is null equal to null? Yes, null is equals to null. Condition is true. Then search unsuccessful message will be displayed. So what we did, we tried from searching from the first node to the last node, and we couldn't identify the given key element in the any of the nodes in the linked list. Then the message will be what? Search unsuccessful. Like this way, this particular algorithm can be used to search a key value or a search a node in a given linked list. Is this particular algorithm understood, students?
Yes, sir.